What's going on, world? It's your boy Gemini Brown here. I'm going to be in Charlotte, North Carolina this weekend. So if you're interested in a meet and greet, getting a quick lesson in on astrology, I'll have copies of my book, Astrology of the Matrix, available. So feel free to contact me via email. We'll set something up. I look forward to meeting you. Peace. What's going on, world? It's your boy Gemini Brown here, back with another episode of 𝐦𝐨𝐿 Knowledge. Today, we'll be taking a look at Jupiter in Aries and what it's going to be like with Jupiter transiting the sign of Aries. So let's get into it. Now, we've just experienced a year's worth of Jupiter within Pisces. And before we go into Jupiter in Aries, I want to let you guys understand how I see this thing. We're interpreting this individual placement and effect, but within my being, I see it as all connections, many connections. So one connection is the fact that we've been in a 12th house or Pisces time period via the pandemic. And that was coinciding with a Jupiter and Saturn conjunction in Aquarius. And there was the wisdom there was about social change. And within that was social limitation, which was getting ready or putting 12th house or Pisces thing at a value, okay? Because Pisces second house of Aquarius. So within the pandemic, for a lot of people, they were able to deal with Pisces or 12th house things. So more people came into their spirituality. More people were able to embrace some solitude, step away from Virgo, the everyday. So we've very much been in a 12th house time period. And then with Jupiter coming through here, this has been about cleaning out our closet, our unconscious, becoming more aware of what to sacrifice in order to be more fulfilled, in order to be more at peace. Now, for everyone, this is something different, and you're really going to have to take a look at what the pandemic was showing you. Where was it pushing you? And it leads back towards embracing of new values, which we look at it in the Uranus and Taurus sense is like, okay, where do I fit in within the new age? Where's my niche? Where's my soul group? So Jupiter gets here to fire, Aries. The change from water to fire is always significant because it's a time where the water, you release in the water, you emerge refreshed. And the fire is the motivation, it is the passion, it is the purpose. And in Aries, it's truly the direction in which we're going, which is new. So the first thing with Jupiter and Aries is ask yourself, where am I starting anew? And if you don't know, just if you look deep, if you don't know, if you look around, the opportunity is there, or the situation is there for you. Just have to have the courage and confidence to go towards it. going back to Jupiter and Pisces, because a part of this transit, let me get out the way. Part of this transit, Jupiter's gonna go into Aries, and then it eventually will retrograde back towards uh 28 degrees of Pisces. This is around Halloween or so. And then it'll be retrograding to the end of the year, in which it goes back direct towards at the end, and it's fully within Aries. So going back to Pisces, what Pisces is showing you also is the self-sabotage. Like I said, what do you need to sacrifice, or what's been holding you back unconsciously? So the crazy thing is that as I speak to you, there's so many of you on different levels. Many of you are within your first year, many your second, your third, and this motivation is going to ultimately create a new identity. So remember, Aries corresponds to the first house. So wherever Jupiter is within your chart, you're gonna be consciously creating an identity, invoking more of an ego in this area. And you're gonna have time to work that out and develop it, because the ruler of Aries, Mars, is gonna go retrograde this year. So one of the first significant things of this Jupiter transit is going to happen in May, towards the end of May, Gemini season to be exact. We're going to get the conjunction of the Moon, Mars, and Jupiter in Aries, which is, you can consider it like your first check-in point or recalibration, like your pit stop. So consciously creating an identity, and this for all of it. The thing about Aries energy is that it allows you to be reckless. It allows you to like be aggressive. Aggressive is the best way I could say it without saying arrogant, or not. All these things can come about depending on what's in your field and how you channel it. You know what? I want to give you a great example. I was just watching an interview the other day. I don't know what's in her chart. This is just observation. But there's an artist, and her name is Money Long. And, she got that new song, Hours, and all of that. And watching the interview with her, I seen how she channeled like the chip on her shoulder into or her she referred to being submissive, right? Her being submissive and that being taken for as a weakness. So now instead of being submissive, it's like, no, I'm just gonna be a little what can be perceived as selfish, but it's really just, no, I'm a bet on me. I've been playing nice here and it hasn't been respected, so I might as well transfer that energy to myself. This is very much so Aries energy. And there's gonna be wisdom here. For especially like the more meek you are, the more submissive or like non-aggressive, part of your wisdom this year will be to embrace those qualities. And it's all right. Trust me, man. Like trust me, it's gonna be a beautiful thing when Jupiter transits fire. It's because it's in natural alignment. It likes being here. The next part of what I want to say to you guys is go back. So this is the cool part. It's the cool part of seeing how this astrology thing works. Jupiter was last in Aries in 2010. So many of you, barring that you're not like 20, okay? If you're at least like 25 or so, right? You got some data to go back and look at. So go towards 2010 and 2011, see what was going on in your life, and pay attention to the themes. So a very easy one would be like with parenthood. Many people have strong Jupiters in their chart, or let's say you have your Jupiter return. This can be a period in which you are can possibly become pregnant, have your first child or a child, right? Um, themes in regard to that house that presented themselves at one level will come back around at a next level. So say we had our first real intimate relationship, or maybe even a heartbreak, right? The opportunity to learn from that then will come back around. Did I learn this? Did I learn this? Oh, right. So tap back into who you were then. And then within doing that, you get to see your growth, which is immense. Especially if you've just become conscious. Oh man. You're gonna look back at yourself like, I was wilding. So the next major theme here, because we gotta pay attention to Chiron. Chiron is also here. So how you track this is like you pay attention to your natal Chiron. What does that mean for you? Then see how that Chiron plays out through time. So everyone's womb will mask itself and then be activated at a particular time. Uh, let's say this is cardinal, right? So let's say your Chiron is, currently squaring your Chiron or opposing your natal Chiron. This can be a time where that wound is activated, and Jupiter coming through here can really be urging you towards giving you the blueprint or the perspective to really overcome that thing. So, especially because this corresponds to like physical activity in areas of aggressive sign. If this wound is related to something like an insecurity about like your body, your weight, this is the year in which you really get that motivation and incentive to tackle that thing, especially if it's in regards to, like I said, physical or something you can control, or that requires action. It is all greatly supported. So pay attention to your Chiron. Where's Chiron in your chart? Then how is the current transiting area triggering that, right? And what are you being shown to deal with that, or what is required in order to deal with that? I would like to say also, if this is happening in a social house, Jupiter can, like a social house meaning 7, 11, 3rd, 5, and depending if you overall have a large social or influence of others in your chart, this Jupiter can really come on in the form of mentors. And now Jupiter and Saturn both play a role of mentors, but obviously like the Jupiter ones are kind of Jupiterian in nature, and that can just be a stroke of good luck through said particular people. So I would say if you're one of these people with this influence, seek towards like embrace learning, from others. It's almost in the sense of like sacrificing your ego, knowing that you don't know enough, humbling yourself in order to expand in that area. It will work. Okay. I could go on, but if you are interested, I'm gonna my Patreon go through the houses. So if you're interested, you can join my Patreon and check that out. But here are some, quick things about Jupiter and Aries. Okay. Feel free to chime in. Let me know what you got going on. Until next time, peace.